Hello, this is Matthew Robert Payne, and this is called You Can Survive Anything. Um, just writing down the title so I can put it on the video when I'm finished. Um, uh, Lately, I've been going through some troubles with my sleep. As I've been trying to go to sleep, I make a noise like a snore and wake myself up, and I have to be really tired for it to stop. The last time it happened, I had to pray to Jesus and beg him for it to stop. And the next time I tried to go to sleep, it stopped. So um, it's been really difficult to sleep for me sometimes, and that's a real trial. And this is uh, one of the topics that I want to share. You can survive anything. I know I can stay up without sleep for 3 days, and I've done that before, so I don't get to the point where I've reached 3 days up, but it's concerning, and it's a worry, and it's a trouble. Um, and these troubles draw me closer to Jesus. I have a more intimate relationship with Jesus the more I suffer. I've been diagnosed with bipolar disorder, and I've had bipolar disorder for 30 years, and it's taken a toll on me. The depressions have been really hard to cope with. So have the periods of mania. I I sometimes get fooled by familiar spirits talking to me, and I assume they're real people, and I'm talking to them, and it's my mania that's allowing that. And I just discovered one that I've been speaking to for about 6 months to a year. I just discovered that it was a familiar spirit, and that made me feel embarrassed and feel silly, but I'm glad it's over. I should set myself some rules so it doesn't happen again. So uh, you may not have a life like this. Uh, you may not suffer uh, from bipolar. Bipolar is is a terrible thing to have. The delusional part of bipolar takes its toll on your life, um, and but I want to encourage you that in the midst of my suffering with bipolar, in the midst of the struggle, I have tremendously rich and beautiful relationship with Jesus. Jesus is really real to me, and I've got a dynamic relationship. Such is the case that I can speak to him face to face. I can speak to him back and forth. Most days, I've got a relationship with God the Father. I've got a relationship with the Holy Spirit and many of the saints in heaven I've got a relationship with. So I've got a really to be desired, something that people could have holy jealousy about. I've got a tremendous relationship with Jesus, and the more I suffer, the more I go through in suffering, the closer I become to Jesus, the closer I draw close to Jesus, and and so Satan doesn't win to bring him into it. He's just a thief that comes to steal and destroy, and he tries to steal my peace and get me out of alignment with God, and he does succeed in some ways to get me out of peace and get me into fear. But the relationship I have with Jesus is paramount, and really allows me to succeed. So I have sleeping issues, and I've had them for many years. It would be really hard for me to maintain a regular job with the amount of times I'm up at night. And so I'm really blessed by the Lord with his provision that I'm on a permanent disability pension, which allows me to have an income to live, and I don't have to work, and I don't have to do any government duties to be on this disability pension, and it allows me to survive, and that's truly a good thing and a beautiful blessing from the Lord, something the government is really kind to me about. So I want to encourage you to develop your relationship with Jesus. I've got a book called 7 Keys to Intimacy with Jesus, and that's a book I highly recommend to most people. I encourage you to read it and put into practice the disciplines, the keys that you find in that book, and you'll be blessed, and you will draw close to Jesus. Jesus really is the answer to my life. He gives me substance. He gives me direction. He gives me peace. He gives me contentment. He gives me a reason to live. He's my source. He's my light. He's my breath. And Jesus really is the focal point to my life. I encourage you to get to know him and allow him to be a big part of your life. I encourage you to press into him and draw close to him, and with him in your life, you'll be able to survive anything. I'm a prophet, and I do personal prophecies over the internet. And if you've subscribed to my channel, you'd know that I do personal prophecies via video. But if this is the first time you've seen a video of me, you can go to the description tag and go to my website and request your own personal prophecy. God bless you.